you listening to me? If we as his people move out of our rightful place, then there's nothing to stop him. If we don't do this now, if it wasn't for you, the elect, if the elect, the remnant, if it wasn't for you, God would have not shortened the days and no flesh could be saved. But because there is a remnant, God has said, I'm going to hold back a certain judgment. Now it's coming. But he said, I'm going to hold back a certain judgment upon this land just because of you. But if you don't get in your right place, if you move out of your rightful place, then there's nothing to separate the people from God here in the earth. God is saying, only thing stopping me now is you. And if you move, I'm going to have my way. So I'm asking you to stay right there. Just for these people. You've got to stay in your right place for them. Because if you move, there's nothing to stop me. I made a promise. He showed them. He fulfills his promises. He said, I made a promise. And if you move, say to myself, me. He's talking about you. He said, if you move out of your rightful place, then there's nothing to stop me from bringing certain judgment. Now, we say America can't be judged, you move. We say it can't happen in Tacoma, you move. We say it can't happen in the state of Georgia, you move. How do we know that the earthquakes are 2 seconds away and somebody got in the right place? How do we know what devastation and destruction that God was going to bring upon us to bring judgment, but someone got on their knees at the right time? Could have been me. It could have been you. We don't know. But I'm telling you that God is saying that if you move out of your rightful place, then there's nothing to stop him. I'm only going to tell you what I know to be true. I don't sit down and think that I'm all that good of a preacher that I can come up with these messages just to shock your mind or to get you to scream or to try to make you do something. No. I'm only going to bring you what the Lord is speaking to my heart. As he speaks, I listen. And as I listen, I'm transferring to you what I hear. Then, I'm about to close up here. It says, the others was hardened. And like I said earlier, some passages of scripture say we're blinded, which means they could not see. So they continued on in their ways. Now listen to this. Leading to their own destruction. You know, some would be hard. Some would not listen. Some would choose to be stubborn. Some would choose to say, God is not talking about today, he's talking about next week. Some would choose to say, God is not talking about, I got a few years before I have to do this. God is probably not even coming back in my lifetime. You hear the mindset of the people? There are many of them like that. There are many of them like that. There are many of them saying that they've got time. There are many of them saying, I can wait. I can do this at another time. But God is saying, no. I'm telling you now, if you wait, I'm going to bring my judgment. You just might get caught up in it. But I want you to know that if you'll do the right thing, if you'll take this word that you've received today, if you will run with it, if you will go out of here like you're on fire and you need to be put out. You see what I'm saying? You're going to move fast because you want something to happen. You need to run out of here like you're on fire. And and you need to be put out to radically change some lives. Today is today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not even this afternoon. Right now is your time. You've got to make that decision now. And look, what I'm concluding is there is a remnant that will listen to the voice of the Lord and follow. That is the only way to make a difference in this land we are to possess. I want to possess it, y'all. So I'm going out like I'm crazy. I'm going out like I don't have no sense at all. I'm going out in total desperation. I'm going out like today is it. I'm going out like right now is it. You got to make a decision now. I'm giving you 3 seconds because that's it. I'm going out like right now is it. We've got to go like that. We've got to go like that. You know what draws people into this place? Is your relationships with them. You think it's the preaching. You think it's the praise and worship. But it's your relationship. This is what helps drive them in the right direction once they come. This is what helps them learn how to live from day to day. But when you have a relationship with them, that is what will cause them to come here. That is what will cause them to want to even know Christ. Because they see how you live. They see what you know. They see what is happening in your life. They see how God has turned your situation around. They see how he's made a difference. That's what they want to see. They want to see a difference. Is God making a difference in your life? Does others know it or do you know it? That's the question. Others have to know it, not just you. Stand to your feet this morning. Let's give the Lord a big hand clap of praise. Come on, I want everybody down here this morning. I just want to pray over the whole body. Because I know that God is doing great things. You know, there were some things that I was going to share. But I don't even know if they really even make a difference in what we're trying to accomplish. You know, we're not just here to build a large church. Are you with me on that? We're not just here to grow a large church. We're not just here to just fill this place up for the sake of filling it up. But what we want to see is people really changed. We want to see young and old alike living for God like they've never lived before. We want to see them in a place of knowing, not trying to figure out. We're as Christians, a lot of times, we're trying to figure out if God is going to do what he said he's going to do. But we don't have to figure that out. He said